Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the collaboration space, where today we'll be talking about all things AVI-SPL Symphony, our SaaS product. And to help me do that today, I do have a member of the Symphony team, Laurie Berg. Laurie, welcome. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you, Nancy.
I appreciate your time. And for those who don't know, let's jump right into this. What is Symphony?
Symphony at its core is a user collaboration management platform. So basically what that means is it enables you to administer, monitor, control, and analyze your multi-vendor experiences and environments to fundamentally provide the collaboration scenarios your users not only expect, but quite frankly, today they demand. Symphony platform makes it easier for IT and AV teams to proactively monitor assets, receive alerts when there are trouble spots, have visibility across the dispersed and mixed technology of AV and UC assets, ultimately driving efficiencies, and then connect all the data across that dispersed deployment to then derive actionable intelligence later or insights that they can act on later.
Well, I like anything that makes things easier, and I like actionable intelligence. We
Me
hear so much
too.
about data today. What am I going to do with all this
Yeah.
data? And,
Mhm.
of course, we hear a lot about AI. So talk to me a little bit about how Symphony leverages AI, if you would.
Sure. It's a great question. I love the AI conversation because Symphony actually looks at it in two different ways. How we can leverage technology-enabled AI in the technology that manufacturers have developed, and how we can embed AI in our own platform. So let's give a quick example of both. Symphony integrates with technologies from QSC and BIAMP. As they create AI-enabled technologies, those monitored data points are sent to Symphony. So Symphony can auto-create tickets based on specific value violations. However, in the past, that value is, quite frankly, arbitrary. It's a value decided by a person. But with AI, those data points are more data-driven. They're, for lack of better, kind of more factual. So as these new technologies and platforms communicate with Symphony, Symphony then auto creates tickets, and then people can either action those tickets or conduct an appropriate automated workflow. But we take the AI that the manufacturers are using and we leverage it. In the platform itself, we have what we call AI generated tier one troubleshooting capability. If, for example, a link is down with a new device from one of our manufacturers, AI generated tier one troubleshooting can decrease the time to resolution by providing the support resource the common steps to take or to verify as they go through the process.
So I'm picking two things out, troubleshooting and faster time to resolution, which I think our audience would greatly appreciate. So, Lori, as you know, I work here in the Tampa headquarters office. I have a lot of conference rooms to choose from, a lot of different spaces, and a lot of different technology from different providers. So, talk to me a little bit how Symphony works with all those different technology providers and the massive amount of devices that we can all choose from.
It's a great example from your own environment, and 100%. I've been down in the Tampa office, and we have lots of technologies that people can leverage. And the reality is, there's no such thing as a single manufacturer environment. All of these technologies work together to provide a high quality collaboration experience for people like you, right? The people using the rooms, using the space. But when you have multiple vendors, it comes with multiple possibilities when something can go wrong. So, a typical scenario that I know I've done, and Nancy, you may have done as well. You walk into a conference room, you try to use a technology, something unexpected happens, usually something on the not so good unexpected happens, and it might be at the beginning of the meeting, might be during the meeting. They either, or you and I, or myself, we either A, tell the technical team the room doesn't work, in which case the technical resource has to go figure out which technology had the issue, what was the issue, keeping in mind the person who reported the issue, which could be me, may not have been the space that was causing the issue. I saw the bad video stream, but you're the one who caused it. So this all means it's now time to go to 6, 7, 8 different management portals before you can even start troubleshooting. I like to call that troubleshooting to troubleshoot. Even better, scenario B, No one tells a technical resource anything. There's nothing better than finding out a room has been unusable for weeks, and the one who's telling you is the CEO, and she is not happy as she stands in your doorway. So with Symphony, you know what the issue is, what device, what room, what location. Why troubleshoot, for example, video packet loss when audio was the problem? Why troubleshoot the display when the computer in the room is the problem? So we take a look at all those manufacturers, bring it all together, and then pinpoint where the issue actually is. Saves me a headache, saves you a headache, saves the technical resource a headache, and quite frankly, will save that CEO a headache as well.
And that all goes back to that better user experience where I can walk in the room and everything works and everything is smooth. Now,
100%.
yeah. And for me, there's a little more that goes into the decision of which conference room am I going to go to today that's available. And that's, I want to go to a room where the chairs are comfortable, the chairs aren't broken, the table's the right size. It's not a huge boardroom table for 3 people. How does Symphony help with those types of assets like furniture?
Yeah, so we do. And we call those in Symphony simple assets. So these are assets that are not monitored. Could be furniture items like you talked about, but it could also include cables like an HDMI cable or a power cable. Could be meeting host items like a laser pointer or a presentation remote, or it could even be a coffee machine. All of these types of items can impact financial decisions, standards decisions, resolution decisions, and in your case, just like you said, space selection decisions. So when we look at, after all that, ROI, we need to look at all the things that go into that room, the technology, as well as those simple assets. I don't know if you've ever purchased one of those really fancy conferencing tables, but sometimes those are more expensive than even the endpoint that's in the room, right? So you have to look at all of it. So we bring all that data together to provide it.
Well, that all adds up to a wonderful user experience thanks to Symphony. So Laurie, thanks for sharing all of that. But you and I are actually going to take a deeper dive into Symphony and how it runs and the manufacturer integrations during our next webinar on October 10th at noon. So to our listeners, please look for that sign up link in the show notes, and we hope to see you there. So Laurie, thank you so much again for joining me today. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Nancy.
And we'll see you again during that webinar. And thanks to our listeners, don't forget to subscribe to the AVI-SPL YouTube channel and follow the collaboration space wherever you get your audio podcasts. For more information, visit avispl.com/symphony.